It. We are live, and yet again, some more information coming out about Social Security. And I want to jump on here and talk about all the details because a few weeks ago, about 3.5 weeks or so ago, give or take a little bit, we talked about the $5,000 Doge dividend. In fact, I just talked about it this morning in a separate video and answering some questions there, as well as what we're likely going to see with that. However, now guess what? We now have a $495 dividend that has been introduced to go out to Social Security beneficiaries and all the benefits administered by the Social Security Administration. So let me bring you the details on this one. Now, I want to be very clear about this, and I think we all recognize that $495 is a far cry from $5,000 that was introduced with the Doge dividend plan a few weeks ago, but $495 would certainly help a lot of people right now, even though it would be significantly below what a lot of people actually need. So let me share with you the details about this. And again, in just a few minutes here, after I get done describing all the details of this $495 payment or $495 check or $495 dividend, that's what they're calling it. Interesting. I wonder where they got that name from, right? Yeah, exactly. But anyway, in just a few minutes here, when I get done describing all the details of this and exactly the plan that has been introduced here, I will get into the chat and I'll put a link into the chat there for you. There's a ton of articles out there, by the way, about this, but I'll put a link into the description or into the chat for you, and you can look it up there. If you want to see it and cross-reference anything that I talk about right here, you can certainly look it up there. I'll put that link for you in the chat. Just give me a few minutes here. Okay, so let's talk about the details of this. And again, this is pretty awesome. I like the idea here. The dollar amount, the money, is certainly a far cry from what we need, but at the same time, we could certainly use it and be very helpful. However, let me share with you the details really quickly of the plan, and then I'm going to throw my 2 cents into the plan and say a couple things that could probably be changed about this that could really, really increase the dollar amount significantly. But let's get to that afterward, and then that'll just be my opinion after that. But let me tell you the full plan here. Okay, so this was introduced by the Senior Citizens League. Now, you've probably heard me talk about them before. I've talked about the Senior Citizens League many times here on the channel. Great advocacy group out there that's advocating for fixed income, seniors, Social Security beneficiaries, really good stuff. They have a lot of good information out there. Okay, so that's the person, or the group, I should say, not person, but the group that introduced this, okay? Now, there's a couple different moving parts about this. So right now, Social Security has billions and billions and billions of dollars of outstanding overpayments that have gone out to beneficiaries, right? We've talked about this before. In fact, just a few days ago, actually it was about a week ago, I think it was last Friday, Social Security came out with a press release. I jumped on a live stream right away and talked about the details of it, but last Friday, Social Security came out and they basically changed. They rolled back or reinstated the 100% garnishment of someone's benefits in the event of an overpayment, right? You remember that from last week? Well, here's the situation. So each year, it's different every year, but in 2022, Social Security paid out about $6.5 billion of overpayments. So each year, Social Security pays out about $6 to $7-ish billion, give or take a little bit, in overpayments to beneficiaries. It's a lot of money. Well, according to this proposal from the Senior Citizens League, again, I ran the math on all this and kind of cross-checked everything to make sure that it all calculates out. That's just how I am. I like to do all that, just make sure the numbers actually make sense here. But according to their proposal here, they have about $34.5 billion, give or take a little bit here, about $34.5 billion of outstanding overpayments that have been made out of Social Security, okay? So according to these numbers right here, if they were to collect all, okay, this is the plan out of Senior Citizens League, if they were to collect all $34.65 billion is what the number is, if they were to collect all of that in one given year, they could take all that money and divvy it up between all of the beneficiaries of Social Security, and every single beneficiary would get $495 as a one-time payment, okay? Now, what would be the purpose behind this? As the Senior Citizens League actually pointed out, this would be basically coming in and adjusting for the lackluster, small, pathetic, whatever you want to call it, COLA that we're likely going to be getting in 2026. So basically what this would do is it would help offset basically the really small COLA that we're projecting as of right now. In fact, just yesterday, I was out with some projections as far as what the COLA may be looking like. And I know a number of you here in the community have watched that video and saw the different dollar amounts that I brought to you in that video there. But yeah, it's not going to be much, no matter how you cut it, whether it happens to be 2.2, 2.5, 2.7, 3%. it's going to be significantly below what prices are actually, increasing, what real inflation is doing. We know how the whole thing goes. We know how it goes with the COLA. But anyway, that's what the the Senior Citizens League is suggesting, is that if we were to do this and we were to able to scrape together, say, $34.5 billion of all the overpayments, if they were to collect them, take that $495 and redistribute that across all beneficiaries to basically take all the money that's being collected and then redistribute it to the beneficiaries to make up for the lackluster, what they're projecting as a 2.2% COLA for next year, 2026, okay? Now, that is their plan right there, okay? Those are all the details of the plan, okay? Which, by the way, here in just a minute or two, well, okay, I'm going to be fair. It's going to be more than a minute or two, okay? In a couple minutes, when I get into the chat box here to answer questions and do whatever I possibly can for you, I will put a link into the chat so you can look at an article. Now, again, there's a ton of articles out there talking about this, okay? So just take your pick. I found a bunch of articles. I found one that, reads pretty well. There's usually a lot of articles out there that honestly aren't written very well, but I found one that looks pretty good. It reads well, and I'll stick it down in the chat for you so you can read it yourself if you want to see the proposal here out of the Senior Citizens League. You can read it for yourself. Give me a couple minutes here. When I get into the chat, I'll put it down there, a link for you. Okay, so that's the proposal. Now, here is my plan. And again, I'm always the type of person that comes in, has to pick everything apart right away, right? Anyway, this is how I am. I always look for the little flaws and say, well, I think it should be this way instead. So let me throw my little 2 cents in here. Okay, so I like the plan. I really like the plan. I think it's a great idea. I think this would really help out a lot of people. However, number one would be $495. Honestly, it's not going to go very far, okay? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound ungrateful. I don't want to sound like one of these people that's, I'm not going to take $495. I'll gladly take $495, okay? But my point is, it's not going to go very far for these days. However, the proposal that they are suggesting here would go to all beneficiaries, okay? Here's the thing. I'm going to say this. I've made this very clear before in other videos as well. I don't think, in the event of a stimulus, in the event of a dividend, in the event of a one-off payment, that all beneficiaries need a payment. They don't, okay? Here's the thing. About half the beneficiaries do, about half the beneficiaries don't. Those people that are getting several $1,000s a month, $3,000, $3,500, $4,000, $4,500, $5,108 is the maximum you can get on Social Security right now. I'm sorry, they don't need $495. They might want $495, but they don't need it, right? If they're looking for $495, my response to that would be, look in your mailbox. You probably got a $5,000 check sitting there, okay? Your figurative mailbox. You get my point, okay? So that's kind of the rebuttal that I would have here, is that I love the plan, great idea, the redistribution of those funds, but I would say rather than sending it out to the 70 plus million beneficiaries, maybe we should focus that on roughly half of the beneficiaries, about 35 million people, and then it would raise it up to about $1,000 a piece, okay? That's what it would come out to be, considering it's about $34.5 billion that's outstanding, and if we shave that out to about, say, 35 million people, again, it'd be about $1,000 a piece. Now, again, that's significantly below what people would actually need right now, but considering that we would take about half the beneficiaries that actually need it, that are on the lower scale or the lower spectrum of benefits, this would be significantly helpful, like way more helpful, right? So that'd be my opinion. And again, sorry, if it doesn't reach the higher income beneficiaries, it's kind of how it goes. Anyway, that's just my opinion about that. I think that's how they should probably do something like that. But that's my take on the proposal, okay? Anyway, this is what the Senior Citizens League is proposing. Just because they're proposing it does not mean that it's actually going to happen. It could. All I'm saying is that this is what they're proposing. And again, they're a nice big advocacy group for Social Security and seniors and people with disabilities and basically all fixed income beneficiaries from Social Security. Great proposal. I like it. Really good stuff, right? So yeah, that's what they're calling on here, okay? By the way, if you're just joining right now, I would say this much. Maybe, first off, continue watching if you want to. Otherwise, maybe just roll the video back and watch the first, however many minutes of this live stream so far. I discussed all the details so far here, but it's a proposal out of the Senior Citizens League, a big advocacy group for fixed income Social Security beneficiaries, and they're basically saying if Social Security were to collect all roughly $34.5 billion of overpayments that they've made to beneficiaries, if they were to collect all that money, they could redistribute all of that to the beneficiaries at a tune of $495 per beneficiary. And my little take was, rather than giving it to everybody, let's just focus it on the lower half of beneficiaries, as in the people that get the lower half of the benefits, and then we could raise that dollar amount up to about $1,000 per person if we were to do that, right? All right, so anyway, let's jump into the chat here. I have my phone sitting right here. I'll pull it up. I'll answer any questions. This is what we know as of now. I will continue to keep you posted on anything right here. But this is their little version of the $5,000 Doge dividend, which, by the way, I had a little update on the Doge dividend earlier this morning. I've seen a bunch of questions and comments and things like that rolling in on that video. But basically, as I made it very clear in the video, nope, it has not been passed yet. However, they're apparently working on official legislation for the Doge dividend. Okay, so let's keep an eye on that very closely and see what happens here. Which, by the way, quick little side note, just want to throw this out there. I find it kind of fascinating. But do you see that video that I had out this afternoon? Where I was talking about the potential government shutdown? Literally like 3 minutes before I started this live stream, across the wire here, all over the place, senators setting up for a final vote to keep the government funded. So literally they're voting on it like here very shortly. In that video this afternoon, what did I say? I'm predicting that they're going to vote on it between, I think I said like 5 and 8 p.m. It's literally where we are right now, and they're voting on it very soon here. So we'll see what happens, but we might be avoiding a government shutdown here. Let's see. That's not the focus of this video, but interesting, right? I'm not shocked at all that they're waiting till the very last minute to actually do this. So anyway, okay, let me grab the link for the for that article that I was talking about. You can read it if you want. I'll put the link down in the description, or yeah, I'll put it in the description too, I guess, when I'm done here with the live stream. But in the chat, I'll stick it there. You can read it. I don't know. I find this a pretty good article. It reads easily. If you want to see what I'm talking about, give me a second here. It's going to take me a second to grab the link. Okay, what I have to do. Where is it? Hang on. Okay, how do I do this? Oh man, how do I do that? Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm kind of slow. I'm trying to figure this out. Got it. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm going back to the live stream here. I'll go into the chat. It's going to take me a second. It'll take me a second to get into the chat, and then I'll put that link in right away. I just copied it, so I have it got right here. Okay, sorry. I know, I'm slow. Doing my best here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to paste it into the chat. There you go. There you go. Okay, so in the chat, you should see a link there. I just stuck it down there. That is the link for an article, one article. There's a bunch of articles out there that are talking about this. This is just one that, again, I found. To me, it reads pretty well. It's pretty straight to the point. I like that. There's a lot of bad articles out there. I can't believe the number of people that write articles that have like really bad writing skills. I'm just saying, okay? There's a lot of really bad articles out there. But anyway, this one I found was actually pretty good. So that's it. There you go. I'll put it down into the chat a couple more times here in the next few minutes. But that's just one that references exactly what I'm talking about here. If you want to read it for yourself, you can check that out. Feel free to look it up anywhere else. The Senior Citizens League is who is actually behind this. You can read it there as well, but there you go. This one. Okay, so I will answer some questions down below in the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to stick them down there. I'll do what I can to answer those for you. And yep, we'll do it. Yeah, Kenny Hutchins, I see you there. Kenny, hey, how you doing? Nice to have you. Happy Friday, everybody. Yep, awesome. Shell Balestra, awesome. Confirming the link is there. Nice to see you, Shell. Nice. Waving our hands all around. Thanks, Shell. Nice to have you here. Nice. Joni Filia, yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Hey, I saw your message the other day as well. The glasses video, thank you. Appreciate it. Still practicing. Oh, I have them sitting right here, by the way. Where are they? Here they go, my glasses. Yep. Yep, I have them here. More testing to come in future videos, so stand by. I'm still trying to figure out if that's going to be a good fit. Thank you, Joni. Really appreciate your nice messages. Yeah, Shell Balestra saying I moved the shelves around. Actually, I didn't. For whatever reason, I don't know why this happens. In the live streams, it flips my background around. I didn't move my shelves. I don't know what's going on. But my mom brought that up to me like a month ago. She's like, hey, you moved your shelves. And I'm like, no, I didn't. What happened? So, whatever reason, I don't know why, but the live streams, my shelves behind me flip around. So, I don't know why it does that. But yeah, it's weird. But kind of cool. It changes it up for me. I don't even have to do it. I change my shelves up almost every day. But yeah, yeah. Kenny Hutchins is saying he keeps changing the amounts we're going to get. This is what they're talking about. This is what they're reporting, okay? I'm literally just reporting news. I'm literally just giving you the updates on this, okay? So look it up if you'd like to. The dollar amounts are changing, all these different proposals, okay? It's everybody has their own little idea, their own little proposal. That's what it is. Deborah's asking how and when are we going to get our back pay? I'm assuming, Deborah, you might be somebody that's impacted by the repeal of the WEP or the GPO. I'm assuming that's the situation. If you're talking about back pay or retroactive pay, if that's your case, through the end of March, Social Security said they would continue to distribute these payments. In fact, they've already distributed billions and billions of dollars of retroactive payments in the last like 2.5 weeks. They've sent out a lot of money. So they indicated back at the end of February that they would be done sending out these retroactive payments, except for very complicated cases, by the end of March. So if that's what you're waiting for, I'd say give it the next couple weeks here. You should be getting it if you are due something because of the repeal of the WEP or the GPO. Again, windfall elimination provision or the government pension offset. If you're impacted by either of those, you would have your retroactive pay by the end of this month. Okay, that's what they said. Yeah, Jim H saying, I can't believe it. Yeah. Again, this is the proposal out of the Senior Citizens League. Again, if you want a bone to pick their bone. Don't pick my bones, okay? I'm just saying, okay? I'm literally just reporting what they're sharing here, okay? Yeah. Uh, yeah, Susan Bennett. Susan Bennett is saying if somebody receives less than $2,000 per month on Social Security, they're the ones who deserve the $495. Yeah, it's interesting you say that. The $2,000 per month is about the average benefit right now. It's actually a little bit less than $2,000 a month, but yeah, that's the average benefit for retirees. Okay, retirement benefits. It's different for SSDI. It's different for spousal and survivors and SSI benefit, but yeah, the average retiree is getting just under $2,000 a month. Yep. Yeah, you're very welcome. Deborah Wood is saying thank you. Yeah, you're very welcome. Deborah Wood, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Happy Friday. Mike Brown is talking about the 495. Yeah, again, this is the proposal out of the Senior Citizens League. In fact, let me stick that link there again, down below in the chat so you can look at it. Here we go. Hang on. Here it is. Okay, here it is. All right, so there it is again. I just stick the link down below in the chat one more time for you. So if you want to see an article on this, again, take your pick. There's a bunch of articles out there. This just happens to be one that I found that I thought was pretty good. But this is talking about it, the plan out of the Senior Citizens League to distribute $495 in the form of a dividend. Again, wonder where they got that word from, right? Yeah. Yep. I like the plan. I like the plan a lot. I think it's a really cool plan. I like it. I think it would help out a lot of people, but I think we could certainly do some work on that. I feel like distributing it to the lower income beneficiaries would certainly be way more advantageous in this sense. Yep. Roberto, hey, nice to see you. Happy Friday, Roberto. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you. Thank you. From Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeah, I see you there. What about SSI? What about SSDI? Don't we get a check? And again, according to what it's looking like, it's talking about all people, all beneficiaries from Social Security. Okay, that's my understanding of their proposal here. Okay, so yeah, that's what it looks like. Is it Deborah Chalette? Am I saying that correctly? I hope so. Deborah, thank you so much for the nice message. I appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. Deborah, and I hope I'm saying your last name correctly. Thanks, Deborah. Nice to see you. Yeah, Deborah Campbell saying I get $287 a month. I can't live on that. That's pretty much impossible. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Yeah, Sandra, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Thank you. Christina Harrison, I see you there. Thank you. You're saying a glitch in the system. I must have missed a message there, but yeah, Christina, I see you. Thank you. Nice. Tree Mike D. Tree Mike D. Nice to see you, Tree Mike D. Hope you're doing well. Texas, right? Thanks, Tree Mike. Yeah, Tree Mike D. Tree Mike D. Looks like you possibly got one of the dreaded overpayment letters and they possibly started garnishing your benefit. Yeah, that's a tough situation. Yeah, very, very tough. Those overpayment letters are not friendly, not good at all. And at the end of this month, by the way, starting the 28th, anytime that somebody gets an overpayment letter after that time frame, then they're going to start garnishing 100% rather than the 10% or $10 like they are right now. That's going to be rough. Yep. Yep, Dan, I see your message there exactly. Yep, there's a lot of proposals out there. This is another one, exactly. Yep, Pat Worthington, I see you there as well. Thank you. Nice to see you, Pat. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. Junior Martinez, I don't know what you mean by that. Curly fries and chicken or something? I don't know what you mean. But yeah, that's funny. Nice. Kenny Hutchins, yeah, I see you there. Thank you. Nice. Loretta Loff, yeah, nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Nice to have you. Yeah, thanks, Loretta. Janice, I see you there. Janice, hello. Nice to have you. Yep, happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. Lucy Pegram. Yeah, I see your message there, Lucy Pegram. I'd say check out the link that I put in the description. I'm literally just sharing information. This is a proposal out of the Senior Citizens League, so yeah, feel free to pick their bone if you want to. Go right ahead. I'm literally just sharing with you their proposal. But yeah, thanks. Nice. Kit Kat. Kit Kat. Love it. Yep. That's so easy to say, right? I mean, there's not a lot of words that are easy for me to say, but Kit Kat, it's a nice, easy, just like rolls. It's nice and crisp, right? Kit Kat. I like it. Anyway, thanks for being here. God Speaker is saying it didn't pass because it's a joke. Okay, it's out of the Senior Citizens League. Again, go to them, tell them that. You can tell them, I'd say send them an email and say, hey, Senior Citizens League, you guys are a joke. Go ahead and tell them that. That's fine. It's fine. If that's your opinion, that's okay. Yep, Angel, yep, saying some extra money would be certainly very nice right now, yeah. Yeah, Jeremy, I see you there as well. Again, this is not something that passed. No, I made it very clear. It's not. It's a proposal out of the Senior Citizens League where they want to redistribute $34.5 billion of overpayment money for Social Security to collect that. They basically want to take that money and redistribute it to all beneficiaries in the form of a $495 payment or dividend, in their case, is what they're calling it, which is that's what I've seen out there as people calling is this dividend. And again, that kind of comes from what? Yeah, the Doge dividend that we heard about 3.5 weeks or so ago. I think it was about that, give or take a little bit, 3 weeks or so. Yeah, so that's where that's coming from. Yeah, Junior Martinez, hello, nice to see you. Junior, thanks for watching. Yeah, Grandma Sherry. Grandma Sherry. Nice. I like it. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Yeah, Linda Provencher. Exactly. I see it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Yep, Linda, I see you there as well. Thanks for watching, Linda. Jim H. and Linda kind of asking the same questions. When are they sending? When are we going to get the money? When's the proposal? All the details like this. Again, this is a proposal out of the Senior Citizens League. Again, very similar. And again, I'm pretty sure they got this idea from the $5,000 Doge dividend plan that was introduced about 3 weeks ago, because it's very similar. Basically, the reallocation of money, okay? That's what this is, okay? So I've been putting a link down below in the chat box. It's in there a couple times from an article. Again, there's a bunch of articles out there talking about this. Feel free to look it up. But it's a Senior Citizens League plan or proposal, because what happened is Social Security overpays in the amount of billions and billions of dollars a year to beneficiaries. About 2 million people a year get these overpayment letters. That's just what they find on an annualized basis, about 2 million people getting overpaid. Well, they send out these overpayments, and as of right now, I've run the math on this just to cross-check everything to make sure everything pencils out and makes sense here. But according to these numbers, with the $495 payment, okay, according to the Senior Citizens League here, if they were to do that, that means that Social Security has outstanding about $34.65 billion worth of overpayments. Now, the proposal is this much. If they were to recollect or get all that money back, all $34.5 billion of payments, basically to redistribute that money to all beneficiaries in the amount of a one-time $495 dividend or payment is what they're calling it, right? To basically offset the pathetic 2.2% COLA that they're projecting for 2026 next year, okay? That's what this whole thing is. Now, would that actually really do it? Would an extra $495 actually make the difference for a small COLA next year? I'm going to say probably not really, right? It would certainly be helpful, but it wouldn't be that much. In fact, $500 over the course of 12 months is, what is that? $41.60. I think my math is right on that. I could be off a little bit. I think it's $41.60. Yeah. Yep. $41.60 a month. Sorry, I'm trying to calculate a little bit as I talk here, okay? I'm trying to calculate, run some math in my head as I'm talking. It should be $41.60 a month, okay? Would that really make the difference for the average person out there going forward? Probably not really, right? So don't get me wrong. $495 would be great. Actually, it'd be super helpful, but it probably wouldn't make all the difference for that many people. Nice. Karen Tassie, is it? Karen Tassie, nice to have you here. Thanks, Karen. Thanks for watching. Nice to see you. Belinda Rice. Yeah, Belinda Rice. I see you there. Oh man, I have no idea what that video would be, right? You're asking for a link to a video where I talked about that letter. Oh man, I'm not sure. Let me think about that for a minute. I'm honestly not sure which video that would have been. Nice. Okay. Let's see. It's not there. Okay. David Gordon. Hey, I see you there. David Gordon, thank you. I appreciate it. Yep, thanks for watching. Really appreciate you. Scott Ashmore. Scott Ashmore, nice to see you as well. Happy Friday. Thanks, everybody. Rebecca Gensler, is it? Rebecca Gensler, yeah. So the proposal is, again, out of the Senior Citizens League. If you hate the proposal, call them, tell them, hey, I hate your plan, okay? It's the Senior Citizens League. I think it's a good plan, but I think it should certainly be changed, the proposal here, okay? I think it's good. I like the idea, but I certainly think they could change a couple things about it, mostly being everybody get a check? No. Rather, I would say the lower income beneficiaries distribute all that money there is where, in my opinion, it should be going, not the higher income beneficiaries, because they've got, higher benefits, all things like that. Where they cut the line off, again, that's to be decided, but I would say you could easily double or even better more than double the payments if they just focused it on the lowest income beneficiaries. Yeah. But Rebecca Gensler, to answer your question, again, Basically, what it would be is it'd be a redistribution of money that Social Security would be paid back in the tune of about $34.6 billion of overpayments. If they were to get all that money back and redistribute that to the beneficiaries, it'd be $495 as a one-time payment for all beneficiaries as the proposal is currently written right now. That's what it says. Yep. Derek Jackson, I see you there as well. Let's continue to watch that, okay? We're seeing some very interesting things playing out right now. Let's just keep an eye on that. And again, I will keep you posted as we get more information. But some things are very interesting right now. Let's give it a couple more weeks to see what happens. But yeah, it's very interesting. The E, is that what it is? The E, does this include SSI? According to my understanding of this proposal, it's for all Social Security beneficiaries. Okay, that's just kind of what it's been saying in the proposals that I've been reading on this. Is it Quintelia Robinson? Is that what it is? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Nice to have you here. Yeah, I think you said from Alabama even. Yeah, from Alabama, exactly. Quintelia, I think it is. Anyway, Robinson, thank you, from Alabama. But really good question. Again, I want to make this very clear. I've made this very clear many, many times here in the video. I think there's a little misunderstanding out there. Again, just want to clear this all up. Okay, this is a proposal out of the Senior Citizens League. Okay, a big advocacy group that advocates for seniors, people with disabilities, those people living on a fixed income from Social Security. I've talked about them many, many times over the several years here. I've been talking about this. They have a lot of really good stuff out there. They're major advocates for individuals, and again, really good stuff, okay? But anyway, basically what they are proposing is taking all the money that has been overpaid by Social Security. Again, according to my numbers and my math on this, is about $34.6 billion. If Social Security were to collect all that money, to basically take that and redistribute it to all beneficiaries in the amount of $495 is what that would calculate out to be, okay? So basically what it is, it's a redistribution of collected money from Social Security. Does that kind of make sense, right? Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, still a proposal. I've said that many, many times. Still a proposal, but this is what they're proposing, okay? So I want to make that very clear. Yep, Kit Kat. Nice. WV Hillbilly. I love it. WV Hillbilly. I love that name. That's great. Yeah, yep. Play to Win 1958. It's a bill to continue funding the government, no stimulus. Exactly. That's what they're voting on literally like right now. Like right now. The Senate is voting on it right now, and the president will sign it tonight. Okay, no stimulus in that. Make it very clear. Nope, no stimulus in that. It is a CR, continuing resolution. Basically what this is, it's a short-term funding bill to keep the government funded for the next 6 months out until the end of September. That's literally what it is. Yep. Michael Stevenson. Michael Stevenson, really good question, okay? I just said this a few times. I'm going to say it again really quickly, which is still proposal, still in the proposal phase right now, but let's just see, okay? Again, I know I say that all the time in videos, like, oh, let's just see, but realistically, that's what it comes down to, because things are changing so fast. Things are transpiring very quickly. We're getting a lot of different changes, a lot of proposals, a lot of ideas and concepts and legislation. That's kind of where we're at right now, okay? So let's just see what they can do about this and see if they can find some way to redistribute money. But again, as the Senior Citizens League is saying, and as I've said many times before, in the whole pile of letters, literally over here on my desk, I have a pile of letters that I've written over the years. They're sitting there. In fact, my latest one is still sitting, oh, pen stuck to it, right here. If it's right set up, I don't even know anymore. I had it sitting a certain way. Let's see. Whoops, I had it sideways. So I think it goes this way. This should be right set up. Yeah. Anyway, this is my latest letter that I wrote a couple weeks ago. As far as the Doge dividend, my perspective on that and how they should do it. So, yeah, exactly. Let's just see. all about what is it? Allied ligand? All about ligand something? Hey, I see you there. I'm not sure what your name says, but I'm going to investigate that a little bit further. I'm kind of curious what that says, but thank you. Nice to have you here. I appreciate it. Yep. Okay, by the way, if you are just joining right now, what I would say is I would highly recommend going back and just watching the first 10 minutes or so of this live stream. That's about it. I'm talking about a proposal that was released by the Senior Citizens League. TSCL is what they're abbreviated as. The Senior Citizens League is their name there, okay? An advocacy group for seniors, people with disabilities, Social Security beneficiaries, and they're basically just talking about a redistribution of about $34.5 billion in the amount of $495 payments for all Social Security beneficiaries. That's what it is, okay? Anyway, I talked about the details in the first 10 minutes or so of this video, and I stuck a link for an article in the chat box. I can put the link for that article in the description of this video as well when I'm done with this live stream, so I can stick it there. So if you're just jumping on wondering what I'm talking about, that's what it is. Otherwise, I would say just check out the first 10 minutes or so of this video. That's all you got to watch. I talked about all the details there. Anyway, let's leave it there for now. I hope this helps you understand this. And again, I will continue to keep you posted on all this. I know there's a lot of proposals. I saw a number of comments coming in saying every day the dollar amount changes. Well, there's a lot of proposals out there. There's a lot of piece of legislation out there. There's a lot of people talking about all kinds of money right now. And hey, how can we redistribute this to the people, right? That's kind of how it goes, though. In order to get something done, you got to have 50 proposals. You got to have 100 pieces of legislation until they can get one done. It's like playing baseball. I know nothing about sports, and I know nothing about baseball. So why am I using this analogy? I don't know, but I'm going down this road right now. It's like the guy that gets up to bat. Swing, 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 no connection, nothing, strike out, right? And then one time he gets up to bat and whacks a home run, right? There you go. Takes a lot of times to get up to bat, and finally you whack one, and it's good, right? That's kind of what it comes down to with legislation, proposals, concepts. There's a lot of really bad ones out there. There's a lot of strikeouts. But that one time, you whack a real good one, it's kind of how it goes, okay? So anyway, this is what it comes down to. And again, I know there's a lot of frustration. I know there's a lot of people out there that are struggling financially. I get it. I totally understand, okay? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I know what you're going through. I don't know what every single person's going through, but I think collectively I understand. We're all in the same position, right? It's all together. We get it, okay? I understand what's going on financially. Everybody's situation is very different, but I totally understand. It's a very tough time right now. 100% agree with that, okay? Anyway, I know it's weird. I know there's a lot of different ideas and concepts, but again, it's bringing you the information that's out there. I'm translating information and just breaking it down for you. And again, for those people here in the community that are living on fixed income, Social Security, things like that, okay? Anyway, I'll keep an eye on this along with everything else that's out there right now, and I will keep you posted with anything that's going on you can possibly grab or take advantage of. There's lots that's changing. Okay? Anyway, let's leave it at that. Again, I hope you have a nice Friday. Thank you so much for joining in. If I missed your comment, I did not do that on purpose. Okay, there's a lot of comments coming in the chat. I apologize. Trying to do my best to get through as many possible, as well as not sit here for, 17 hours and talk about this. Okay? So I hope this helps. Again, I can come back in a future live stream or a future video and talk about the details further. I hope this helps you. Otherwise, please just have a nice day. Thank you so much once again. If you're new here or if you're not done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. Again, totally free to do so. Subscribe button around somewhere. Otherwise, just stay tuned. I'll keep you posted. A lot of things happening right now. Anyway, enjoy your afternoon. Thanks again for joining. I really appreciate you. All right. Oh, by the way, I'll put the link for that the article in the description here. Give me 15 minutes or so, however long it takes for this thing to upload. But I'll put the link for that article down below in the description as well. Okay, it's in the chat box a few times, but just look for it in the description. Okay, give me a few minutes to get that in there. All right, have a nice afternoon. I'll catch you again later. All right, so turn this off. Yeah. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yep.